Hello everyone, xHedra here bringing you episode 11 of Forever Stranded, a mod pack by Gaming with Sheridan. First off, let's go sleep. I thought I had closed my base properly, but fortunately for me, I have one of my buddies review my videos usually before posting them, except the last one, and when looking at it, he's like, "Yo, xHedra, you thought you closed your base, but you didn't, and you're gonna get mob swamp if you don't go and sleep and close it right off." So that's how I'm starting the episode, and I can see it right now. Yeah, one big hole right here. So that's closed off, but let's go see from the inside to make sure. Anyway, so he reviewed the video, and that's the last thing he saw, and he was debating whether telling me or not telling me and seeing me deal with it on the next day. But I have some plans for today, so I'm happy he told me, and so we can move forward. So I'm just going to also close here so they could go through the water here. So a second hole in the place. And I'm going to light this up, and I'm going to light this up. And I intend to replace those wood, but I'll do it at a later time. For now, I just want to be able to automate the sieving as fast as possible. I already have stuff there, but it's going to fill up pretty quick because we're sieving compressed stuff. And when I play these mod packs, I usually browse through the mods that are included to try and learn new things. And boy, did I learn some good things in between my last episode and now, because I have another playthrough that's much more advanced that I play on easy mode, and in that one I discovered something that's just amazing and that I need to share with you guys because I believe this is going to really open up the way you play. So first of all, I'm going to create two chests, well, four, and I'm going to go downstairs and quickly automate the sieving to make sure that we can get as much resource as we can as fast as possible. So let's go back downstairs, and I'm just going to make a very simple pull out. Nothing fancy because this is not the final iteration. It's just to help us get redstone and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go right here and put a transfer node, and then I'm going to put a transfer pipe, and I'm gonna put a double chest. The reason I put a double chest is I want it to have enough space to put stuff. Because you see, it had stopped extracting because the compressed dust can give you more items than there are actual space to put the items. So if it starts sieving and there's no more space and it knows that you have more, it will stop. So now it's transferring. Oh, I need to get that back. So now it's transferring, so it shouldn't stop anymore. And I want to also automate the input. So let's do it this way, that way. And for this, I can just put a chest for now. It doesn't really matter. And I'm going to put the compressed dust here. So my sieving is automated. I'm just going to put one or two more lights down. I want to make sure nothing can spawn in here. And I'm going to get to the interesting stuff now. When I discovered that mod, I had put it aside because you see it in a quest, but I put it aside not understanding it the first time. But now that I took the time to go see the wiki, and I'm going to include the wiki in the video description, it's an amazing mod. And the mod is called Super Frames. Super Crafting Frame. And although these part here, I'm not quite sure how they work yet. I only started with this part to understand it. It's really nice. So what you do is you create a couple of I'm going to create a couple of crafting table like this, and we're going to create a couple of sticks, and you craft a super crafting frame by doing this. And a super crafting frame by itself, I'm going to put just one here, okay? You put it on a you shift click it on a chest, and then with an empty end, let me grab some cobblestone with an empty end. Did I put a single one? No, sorry, I don't want a single one. I'm going to explain it, but I'm going to do it properly because I don't want to have to reset it up. So I'm going to put two together to get a double super crafting frame. Then I'm going to shift right click on this chest, and then I'm going to shift left click to set the recipe. This is the top recipe, this is the bottom recipe. So in the bottom recipe, I'm going to put my compressed cobblestone. And in the top recipe, I'm going to put some stone shears. So now, whenever I want a stone shear, I just come and I click on the top, I right click on the top part, and boom, stone shear in my inventory. If I want a compressed cobblestone, right click on the compressed cobblestone, and boom, I have one in my inventory. But if you shift right click, boom, one full stack of whatever you want. So this is going to save me a lot of time everywhere around my base, because I also want to get my hammers. You know how I'm always trying to get some more hammer? Well, I'm going to automate the hammer process. I'm going to create a quad super crafting frame that I'm going to put here, and then I'm going to, as the first recipe, where's my wood? Give me sticks. As my and I'm going to just try it. As my second recipe, I'm going to say with 2 sticks and 2 cobblestone, make a hammer. And I'm going to hit, do I have a hammer now? But do I have 9 space? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I have 9 space. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I'm out of stick. That's why. 9. And I'm just going to drop this one on the ground because I need an empty hand. And I'm going to shift left click, and I'm going to say, with 9 hammer, give me compressed hammer. And voila, compressed hammer. And just quickly, I'm going to break this down into gravel, because you've guessed it, this is where I create my sifting material. So here, as my fourth recipe, I'm just going to put a compressed gravel and test it, and voila. Okay, so I really want to take better advantage of this, so I'm going to be creating a couple more. Let me go and create 4 more, and I'm going to use this 4 more to make a second quad one that I'm going to put right here. And in this one, I'm going to transform wood into oak plank. In the second one, I'm going to, let me get 2 sets of this. In the second one, I'm going to craft a chest, so that whenever I need a chest, I can have one. In the third one, I'm going to, okay, so now let me break down this and that. I'm going to do both. So, boom, give me the compress, break that, and then I'm going to set the next one to be compressed sand. And I'm going to set the last one to be, you've guessed it, compressed dust. So now, whenever I want to do some sifting, I can just come here and say, give me everything that you can of this, everything that you can of that, and that's it. It's that easy. I have this full setup now. And that's only a part of it. There's even more. So I want a second quad one. So for a second quad one, I'm going to need 4 of those, like this, and I'm going to need more sticks. And I should be using my crafting frames, but I'm not used to it right now yet, so I'm going to need some time to get used to it. 2 more. Let me craft one last one. Let me do another quad. Oh, and I'm going to go cool down because I don't want to risk overheating. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to start my 10 temp info, like I keep forgetting on doing. And we're back down, so let's go downstairs because I want to show you the second usage of the super crafting frame that I want to do. I'm going to put it on this chest right here, and I want to get powdered iron. What's the next one that's the most important for me? Gold. The next one is powdered lead, and the third one is copper. And now that I have those 4 done, I'm going to do, again, the same setup. 4 for dust, 4, another 4 here, and my lead right here. Now if I put that all back in there, I can just go like this and shift right click, shift right click, shift right click, shift right click, and voila! All of my resources are ready to be cooked. So at some point, we're going to fully automate this process and we're going to have a compactor doing all of this for us. But in the meantime, just to get resources as I'm going by, this is a really good way of doing it. And I'm always going to be getting more resource that way, which we really need if we want to start moving the quest forward. And since I put a lot of resource in there, I'm going to grab the bucket again and just put a second bucket of lava in. So like I said in the last episode, we're going to complete some quests in Tinkapau, and then I'm going to explain to you why this quest line is going to be put aside for a while. I told you I wanted to complete the very basic RF. Plenty of wood, you may be able to make some basic RF from it. We're going to build it, and I'm going to show you how bad it is. So I already know the recipe by heart. First you need a furnace. Then you need, and that's the special thing, you need to create an RF, I think it's called an RF core. I'm not 100% sure. I'll just get the materials that I need and then I'll show you from inside. So let's look up the recipe, and I don't remember exactly how it's called, but it's part of progressive automation, and it's that one right here. So we need to create an RF engine, and an RF engine is kind of expensive. So I'm going to need 2 redstone stone block, 1 and then 2. And we're going to create an RF engine like so. And then we're going to reorganize the blocks to put the furnace here and create one. So this is a wooden generator. Let me put it down and show you. The way it works is that you can burn wood, oak wood, or coal. If I put a wood in there, it burns for 20 RF per tick for a total of 3750, sorry. And if you burn 4 wood, you get the same amount as if you burn one charcoal. Well, no, sorry, you get a little bit more from the charcoal, but it's a one-step process, and the difference is not big enough. So let me take it back and complete the quest with it. Completed. It gives you a second one. And at first, I was like, this is not very useful. Why would I want a second one? But that's because the second quest is Stone RF. Upgrade your wooden generator to stone. And it wants us to upgrade, just like it says, our 2 RF generator to stone. And you saw how expensive these were. So I'm happy I only have to create 2 more. That I don't have to create another one. Because these also need RF engine. So let me create 2 more RF engine. Oops, I'm going to need to double that. And now I can put this in the center, put the RF at the bottom, and go with stone around. Oh god, did I derp? Oh, phew. I thought it didn't need the RF engine for a second and I was scared. So 1 and 2. So already a second quest completed, which gives me another stone generator. So now I'm like, I needed to craft 2. It gave me the second wood one, and I have 3 now. So the next quest is iron RF, where I need to create 3 iron generator. And I'm like, 3 iron generator? I go and look at it, and it's not only 3 more RF engine, but 3 block of iron. And we don't have enough iron at this point to do that. So I got curious, and I'm like, how much better is the stone RF? Because remember, the other one was 3750 for 25 RF per tick. Oh, this one's 50 RF per tick, but for the same amount. So it burns true wood faster than we can get it. That's why I don't really like it. But in short burst, it's good. So we could use those in short burst to recharge our capacitor when it's completely down. But the quest, if I go back to the book, the next step is not to create another level. And if you look at progressive automation, there's another level afterward. There's a diamond generator. So I right-clicked on the iron generator to look at the recipes, and I discovered the temperature regulator. And you see, the temperature regulator requires 2. So I'm guessing that the reason we have to create 3 in the task is that we're going to use 2 to complete the temperature regulator and keep 1 to produce power, maybe. And the temperature regulator is a quest in basic survival. It's right here. But we're really not ready to make it, because if we go back to the temperature regulator, we need 3 cooling coil, not a problem, 3 heating coil, and an advanced circuit. The advanced circuit is a lot of research, but kind of easy. It's only this around an electronic circuit, which is this. That one's a bit harder. Not harder in resource, just harder in work. Because the iron plate is easy, and insulated copper is a copper cable, and you get 2 copper cable from cutters on a copper plate, and the cutters are not that expensive either, and once you have it, it's good for a lot of use. The reason that it's a problem, let me find the insulated, is that we need rubber. And you get rubber from sticky resin, and you get sticky resin from a rubber tree and using tap on them. And we haven't got a rubber tree seed yet. We're going to need to sift a lot more dirt to get that. So we're going to progress that at a later time. And for now, I'm just going to put these. Oh, so this is what I wanted to do. That's the other thing I wanted to do. I want to put a crate right here. I'm going to put this crate in this corner. And in this crate, I'm going to put anything that's quest related that I'm not using for now. So this is quest related. I'm not using it for now. And I had also, had I created the other? No, I had not created the other quest. So now let's complete the second quest that we talked last episode. But let's remember we already completed 2. Wind power. We need to create windmill blade. And windmill blade are pretty much the same recipe as water wheel, but just arranged differently. If we look at it, a water wheel is this, 4 stick with the 3 wood like this, and the windmill blade is still 4 stick and 3 wood that way. So I'm going to need some more creosote oil and some more bottle. So I should have some glass here. Oh no, I never cooked sand. And I have 7 sand. So let me replace the gold with the sand. And I want gold more than I want lead, so let me just do a little switch job and go like this. And I don't want to wait for it, but if I don't have anything anywhere... oh, I have 3 bottle here. Well, oh well, I didn't need to to create more glass, but it's always good. So let me grab 3 creosote oil, and let me go through the same process. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm only doing 5 because I already had 4 here. And transform this. I already have 8, 12, so now that's 16 stick. I should be able to create my 4 windmill blade. And voila. So that's another quest completed. That gives me 4 steel ingot. And I'm going to show you what we can do with it. We can technically put it around like this and put an iron ingot to create a windmill. But The windmill, it produced 7 or 9 RF per tick unless there's like big wind. I didn't try it in big wind, but we don't want to have weather anymore. And we already have water wheel producing more power. So I don't see any point to the windmill unless we would change them to improved windmill blade. Because with 8 improved windmill blade around the steel ingot, that produces a lot more power. But to produce an improved windmill blade, we need hemp cloth. And for that, we need industrial hemp fiber, and it's a lot. So I'm going to complete it maybe at some point when we have more resource and more time. But for the time being, I'm just going to dump it in the chest here and forget about it. Let me put away the coils and the LV wire because we don't need them for now. And I want also this to be always with me in my inventory. I'm starting to get used to using the engineering toolbox. It's really a great mod. If it wasn't for the fact that I keep forgetting that I have it and I can put things in it, it would really be amazing. So I'm going to force myself to use it because the more you use something, the better you get at using it. And that's just logic for me. I'm going to store some of the things away. I don't need any of this right now anymore. Also going to store this. Do I have place to keep my bucket with me? What would I not want to have here? So I don't think that I need the power node because I'm rarely going to use them unless I'm doing setup. So I'm going to get rid of that. And oh, I got rid of the wood also. Let me go get the wood again. And I'm going to concentrate on the next step. And for me, the next step is getting our, is upgrading our wood generation. So for that, I'm going to create an upgrade. And I had not done that on, well, I had done it on camera because I do everything on camera, but not in a slow manner. So you create a wood upgrade by putting 8 wood around a redstone, and you create a stone upgrade by putting 8 stone around a wood upgrade. And when I go back to my wood production area, you're going to see that all I need to do is put it in, and the range is going to go from 3 to 5, and 2 more trees planted. And so to complete the area, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more upgrades. And 9 more upgrades. I obviously don't have enough wood to do the 9 more upgrade, and it's more important for me right now to keep this filled. So I'm just going to pump that in and let it continue to do its job. Although I am going to create 1 more upgrade to put in, because the most wood that you have, the faster it grows and the faster it gets chopped. So 1 more upgrade like so. And this. And I'm going to go put that in so that it can be done. Also, as you saw, we're going to have to keep an eye on the stone hatchet. I have plans to try and make a better one at some point. I just haven't figured out the best way of doing it. And I'm just curious as to, you know what? If I have any diamonds, I'm going to take it with me to repair it. And if I have any diamonds, the diamond increase the durability, I think. So in this way, we should be able to make it last longer. So let me grab some cobblestone and get inside. And we're going to, I just have 1 diamond. So I'm just going to look at what it would do for us to see if it's worth doing. Also, I don't want to have to run over there every time I want to repair it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 1 more pattern, well, technically 4, and another crafting table. And I'm going to create another tool station so that I can bring the tool station close to where I'm doing my repairs, where I'm going to need to repair the axe, so that whenever I go by to grab wood, I can at the same time take care of repairing the hatchet. So I bring this here. I'm going to keep some cobblestone in there, and I can just repair it like this. Right now it has a durability of 128, and if I put a diamond, 6. Okay, so this is definitely worth it. because I'm going to be able to get a lot more out of my axe. So, no, it's no longer recognized as a... Oh, so you see, I do the derps so that you guys don't have to suffer them. But by doing this, the axe become too high level, and so it doesn't work. So my whole plan just kind of backfired on me. So let's create another stone hatchet. Unfortunately, this is so sad. But that was, in my mind, a complete waste of diamond. Just, there's no other way to put it. This diamond is lost forever. Unless, okay, technically, if I upgrade my wood chopper to a diamond level, it wouldn't be a waste. But I don't want to upgrade to a diamond level. It's just not worth it. So let's, you know what? This is a beautiful mistake. I want to highlight it. So let's create, you know it, a drying rack. And we'll put this drying rack right here. And we'll put the stone diamond hatchet of shame here so that it can be seen by everyone for what it is. And I'm going to go put that one back in so that it can continue chopping trees whenever they grow. So with that done, I want to continue with something else. I told you guys that I wanted to get more dirt, and for that I wanted to automate the dirt. And Fuzzy Flux, one of my subscriber that also produce Minecraft video, he told me that we could create more coarse dirt by crafting two dirt with, how is it again? I'm going to go look up the recipe. So you can create coarse dirt by putting two dirt with two gravel, which gives you 4 coarse dirt. The problem with I see two potential problem with the coarse dirt that I want to check right now. I think that grass doesn't grow on coarse dirt. And if it does grow, I want to see if it looks the same. But one thing I know for sure by having looked at the wiki is that trees grow on it 4 times slower than on actual dirt, which is why the platform there is all made of dirt. And see, that's exactly what I thought. They cannot get any grass, and I want to have a full grass area, so I'm not going to be using that trick. But if you guys are in the beginning of the mod pack and just want an enormous tree farm, you could always do it that way. You could always transform your dirt into coarse dirt to be able to plant like 50 trees in a row that you would harvest once in a while. So I'm going to automate my dirt production, and I'm going to use oak leaf to begin with. Oh, I don't have any wood though. So I'm going to have to do it the ugly way with 2 chests. But you know, whatever works is good. So I need this and I need that. And I'm going to go automate. I'm going to automate it right here. Right here. I'm going to put this right here. Pipe. And it's always the same setup. Like it's super easy. Once you've done it, you know it by heart. And I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to go under. And the reason I'm going under is that I don't want to have to see the whole setup. So let me break under. Let me make sure that I'm lined up properly. So it's right here. And I need my tool. Oh, I love having my tools with me all the time without taking space. I think it's really nice. So I'm going to put this right here and this extractor right here. Oops. And if my dirt's ready, I should see... No, it's not ready yet. Do I have another item node? I don't have another item node, but what I'm going to do is that I'm going to plan for it because, like I said, I want to get a lot more dirt. I'm going to put this right here and that right here so that it's going to fill both, and this one I'll have to manually empty for now. But here you go, 1 dirt. So I can start building this. And the last thing that I want to talk about today is Pam's Harvestcraft trap. So let's see if I got any wood, because if I didn't get any wood, yeah, I have wood. So we're going to create a Pam's Harvestcraft trap because we're going to need to start getting some meat. And I'm not quite sure why it produces meat. It's a trap. I don't see any animal in this desert, but there is, and so we're going to be able to take advantage of this. And it's important to complete the stews. So for the trap, let me do a search for trap. And there's a ground trap and a water trap. The water trap is going to be useful later, but it's long to set up, so I'm going to do that later in the game since I don't need it right now. I need 4 stick and 3 strings. So let me go inside where my string are. 1, 2, 3. And can I craft it directly right now? No, I'm still missing the stick. And my stick creating setup is outside. I'm gonna have to get used to the crafting frame. They're really amazing, but only if you think about using them. And you have a trap. And the way the trap works is it has to be in a 5x5 of grass. So I'm going to be placing it here, and I'm going to be completing this with grass all around. But the trap works like this. You need to put some bait here. So let's create some bait right now. So this grows really slowly at night. Let me just collect my stuff. And like I've told you, I still have to clean up my food area. But at least it's a quick storage that I can always access. So I've been doing that whenever I can. And the reason I want to get 3 more is I want to create more than 1 bait. Considering that it's not going to work, there's no point creating more than 1 set of bait. And I added another 3 here. So let's create 2 sets of bait, and you do that with string. So it's 1 string for each 3 wheat. So you put the wheat like this, the string like that, and you get grain bait. And you have different type of baits giving you different type of things. I'll link in the wiki. But every time a grain bait is used, it's going to put something in here. And I don't know if I can look it up in GEI. I never tried in GEI. So I can see how to craft it, but I can't. So there's fruit bait, grain bait, veggie bait, and fish trap bait. And I'm going to link the wiki in the episode information at the bottom so that you're able to see what you need for the grain. What each can bring you back. So with that, we're going to get some meat, and with the meat, we're going to be able to work on the stews. The rabbit stew needs rabbit meat, and you get it all the time. And not the RD stew, the meaty stew needs just any kind of meat. And let me see it cycle. I want to get to another one that those are all raw beef. So raw beef, I wanted to show you, can be put on a drawing rack to get beef jerky, so 2 types of food, or if you cook it, let me find the cooking recipe and get steak. You can put steak on a drying rack to get leather. And leather is going to be useful for a couple of things that we want to do. Mainly a backpack so that we can start carrying more stuff. So guys, this is going to be it for today's episode. I hope I was able to teach you a lot, especially those really nifty great crafting frames. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.